Yo, what's good, everybody? It's Los here. We back on the throne of positivity, where the first is last and the last is first. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and also the notification bell so you don't miss out on any upcoming videos. Alright, today's the day that I said I'm gonna make a video. It's Thursday, September 14th. It's currently 11:10 in the morning. 11:11. I'm like trembling, bro. I don't know how to even start this video. I'm gonna make this is gonna be a long testimony video, and I'm gonna record part of it here and then part of it in the blessing. I don't even know where to start. All morning I have just been, bro, like, I don't even know what to say. I'm trembling right now because it's one thing to believe God for something, and you're hoping, and in a way you're hoping for something that you feel like is never gonna come. It's something that is a theory in your mind, it's a hope in your heart, but it hasn't become a present reality, and that present reality is here. I'm not gonna say too much today. I just wanted for you guys to capture the moment with me before the Lord so that you could see how you could go from where you guys saw me last month in August, that I was willing to let it all go and asking God, what is it that you want for me to do? To now, last night, it was September 13th. I got the keys to my brand new condo. It's gonna be rented downtown San Diego, a property that was so far beyond my imagination. I don't even know what to say right now, man. Yesterday I went to go sign the lease, deal with the property manager, the owner, sorry. And I went there, and it was such a shock that I didn't even feel any emotions when I was there. I felt like, Lord, what's going on? How come I feel like if I'm ungrateful or something because I don't feel anything. And I'm going through the condo with her, and then when I leave, I'm like having like reservations. I'm driving home, and I'm like, Lord, did I make a mistake? Oh God, I don't know. And I was battling that anxiety, and I'm like, Lord, I don't know what to do, Father. I felt like maybe I moved on my own. I don't know if this was you or not. And I went to bed, right? I go to bed early, and I wake up at like 6:30 in the morning, washing my face, and I'm praying to the Lord again. And I'm like, Father, I'm afraid because I think maybe I made a mistake, oh Lord. How am I going to do this? I don't know how I'm going to do this, Father. This is so far beyond anything I can imagine. And can I really handle this, Lord? I don't know. It seems so far beyond my reach. And you just jumped me 1,000 levels than where I just was at. And I'm worried, like, yo, am I going to be able to make the rent? Am I going to be able to do this or that? Because you guys know this is my full-time vocation. Everything that I do is coming from the ministry. And I'm having this, like, back and forth with the Lord. And then my alarm goes off. It starts ringing, and my phone is in the room. My roommate is sleeping, so I'm, like, rushing to get to the phone. And when I grab my phone, like, I look at my phone, and I get a notification, like, the exact amount of the rent that I was worried about. Somebody sent it to me. Like, nobody knows I got my condo. Nobody knows anything about my situation. Like, I didn't say anything to you guys. And it was the exact amount. And I tell the person, why'd you send this? And they said that God spoke to them this morning. 3 times they received confirmation because they were hesitant themselves to send me that amount. And the Lord told them this is for his rent. send it. And they got 3 confirmations for that. And I'm looking at my phone and I'm like, Lord, what is going on? And I'm just praying. I made my video in Spanish that I was going to release the video. And then so many things were just one thing after the other, after the other, after the other. And it was like confirmation upon confirmation upon confirmation. And I'm like, Lord, why me? You know what I've been through, Lord. I'm nobody. I'm nothing, my God. Like, I'm nothing, and I don't deserve what you have for me, my God. I don't understand. I know you promised, and I know you're faithful, and I know this is for your glory. But it's one thing, again, to believe in something and then see it happen before your eyes. And in the way that it was happening, I told you guys about, the beginning of my year, January 1st, I made a video reading Psalm 126, and I told God, or I felt from God that He said that this year is going to be a dream year, right? And in Psalm 126, it says that we will sow with tears and we will reap with rejoicing, and God will restore our fortunes. I didn't know that this was it. I didn't know it was like this. I didn't expect. I had a certain idea. When I said it was going to be a dream year, I was expecting in the sense of like me telling you guys that God is going to give you dreams, right? Like, that's what I was saying, praying for specific people, like God is going to give you a dream. And the beginning of the year was so incredible. I didn't realize that He was going to fulfill a dream to me, and I'll explain that at the new place when we get to that. And then the months keep going. In the month of May, something happened to me that was so like groundbreaking, so life-shattering, like it will break anybody. And the few weeks after that, I was so full of faith, it didn't bother me. But then it started to come like whiplash a few weeks later, like what actually happened to me in May. And I began to like disintegrate in a way, little by little. And I started to question God, like, Lord, I thought that this is what you asked for me. I thought you wanted me to give this up to you. Like, what's happening? How come it's happening this way? And then August, I'm like, Lord, here, is it really this that you want from me? You want me to be in San Diego, Lord? Show me. And then boom, I'll give the testimony at the new place of how God did it all. And we'll go from there. But I just wanted to capture this moment and tell you. Because even this morning, like, there was something that I was insecure about that, I've been worried about a little bit. I've been anxious in a way. And I saw this video that had a caption that said, you got to believe in what you pray for and fight for it, right? Like, you got to pray for it and you got to believe in what you're praying for. And I was like, yo, that was my caption that I made when I was in DR. And I saw that and I'm just like, Lord, I believe in what I'm praying for, and now it's becoming a reality, Lord. And I just want to give to your people what is for you, oh God. I want to give to your people so that they can see that they have to keep believing. They have to keep fighting in prayer for what they are believing in you for, oh God. So I want to encourage you. Yeah, your situation may be dark, it may be gloomy, it may be impossible, but continue to believe in God. Continue to believe in what you're praying for, because God is faithful to His promises. And my heart has felt like it's wanted to explode. I'm so shocked. I don't know what to feel. I don't know what to say. Like, my head is spinning, and all that I could think about is almost 9:13 to 15. And I want to read this for you as a promise for you to hold on to so that you can know this is real. Because the blessings of God have been so incredible that I don't know what to do with myself in this moment. And this is the Message version. Almost 9:13 to 15, it says, yes, indeed, it won't be long now. God's decree. Things are going to happen so fast, your head will swim. One thing fast on the heels of the other, you won't be able to keep up. Everything will be happening at once, and everywhere you look, blessings. Blessings like wine pouring off the mountains and hills. I will make everything right again for my people Israel. They'll rebuild the ruined cities. They'll plant vineyards and drink good wine. They'll work their gardens and eat fresh vegetables, and I'll plant them on their own land. They'll never be rooted up again from the land that I've given them. God, your God, says so. And this is how I felt. I've held on to that promise for so long. Like, Lord, when is it that the blessing's going to come in the way that you promised me, my Lord? And now it's happening. It's happening so fast. And I have whiplash. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say except give glory to God and cry and encourage you. Hold on for dear life for the promises that He has given you. For He who promises faithful, you only need to believe. Believe in what you pray for. For faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of that which is not yet seen. And our ancestors who believed in God received their commendation by holding on and hoping in the Lord. So I encourage you, hope and wait in the Lord. And then this will cut to whatever we do next. It's going to be a long video, so hold on. Be encouraged, beloved. And wow, your blessing is on the way. Dreams will be given. Desires will be fulfilled. The blessings of the Lord shall come in His time. You will be overwhelmed by His presence, His grace, and His mercy. Delight yourself in the Lord, and He will give you the desires of your heart. Trust in that. In Jesus' name, I pray for you. All right, we're here on the second part of the testimony. We're finally moved in. Wow, I'm so exhausted. My brain is fried. I'm like, I want to go eat. It's 5:22 right now. I just want to eat. I haven't ate since yesterday. I've been moving so much furniture and stuff, boxes just by myself and going up and down flights of steps. And wow, I'm exhausted, but I have to get this testimony video to you guys because I know it's going to bless somebody. Even getting here, I set up as much as I could with my desk, the lights, everything. And even that has been the hassle. For the past hour, I have been trying to get all my gear working. My mouse died on me. My cables died on me. My camera wasn't connecting to my computer. My recorder wasn't working. It wasn't allowing me to import the audio to Final Cut Pro. Like, the mic wasn't grabbing. The speaker stopped working. It seemed like everything was just not happening. And I'm like, yo, I just got to keep pushing because somebody has to hear this testimony. God is going to receive the glory no matter what happens. And I don't care how hungry I am. I haven't ate since yesterday, but it doesn't matter. We're going to get this and somebody's going to be blessed today. And the name of the Lord will be exalted and proclaimed throughout all the earth. So one thing that I want to say is before I even get into the testimony, I want to make something very clear from the jump. This had nothing to do with me. It wasn't by my skill. It wasn't by my credit score. It wasn't by the amount of money that I had. It wasn't about me applying. Nothing of what happened in this place, me coming into this condo, has anything to do with me. So everything that I say from this point forward, I want you to understand that this was from God and God alone. I had nothing to do with this except to say, yes, Lord, show me where to go and I'm gonna go. And the reason why I say this is because Psalm 126, it says in verse 3, look at what the Lord has done for them. I love the way it says it in Spanish. Mira que ha hecho Jehová. Like, God promised me some things that, yo, this is just happening before my eyes. And it's so fast the way that things are happening that I just want you to say, don't tell me congratulations or anything like that. Or you can, just out of courtesy. But I want you to, if anything impresses you in this video, if you feel touched by this, I want you to say glory to God, because he needs to receive all the glory. I promised that to the Lord. I'm like, Lord, whatever happens, people need to truly understand this had nothing to do with me. I don't even know how to start this testimony. I'm going to be real with you. Hopefully the video equipment doesn't poop out on me while I'm doing this testimony, but I don't even know where to begin, because this has been a promise 3 years in the making. I'm gonna give you the specs of the condo so that you could know and have that in your mind, and then I'm gonna start a little bit where we were at in Florida and then quickly come back to the present time. This condo is in downtown San Diego. I can walk to the Padres Stadium within 8 to 10 minutes. That's how close I am to Petco Park. I am in the heart, like all the way in downtown. It's not a place that I ever would like dream of being. I could not deny that this is what the Lord has done for me, and I'm not gonna say no to what he has. This condo has been listed for sale for $950,000. Nearly $1 million, people. It is a 2-bedroom, 1-bath, 2,000 square foot condo. I'm not gonna give a tour because guys, remember what I said. My life is not a reality show. I need to keep some things private. But I'm gonna give you guys a blurry tour because you see it in the background. This area right here is huge. That's a living room, right? This right here is my dining table. Look at the pink leather chairs. Shout out. The pink leather rolling chairs. I like that. I actually like that. That's the kitchen right there. Obviously, it's huge. The pantry. The bathroom is right there. The washer and dryer is right there. And then the closet is back there. And then this right here is a railing because this goes up and there's a second living room. Then there's the bedroom off over there, a private master bedroom. Like, I can't even describe to you. And then that's not the best part. It came fully furnished. Like, I just can't explain to you. Like, I don't know. That's the specs of the condo. That's what I have to say for right now. Let me go to my time in Florida. I've never really gave my full testimony. I still won't, because there's still things that God has promised me that I haven't received yet. And we'll get to that at the end of the video, because I want you guys to come into agreement with me in regard to the promise. So let's go back real quick to July 23rd, 2020. I got the keys to my first apartment ever in life. That was 3 years ago, so I was like 27, I think. And I got into that apartment. Even the way that happened, it was like, whoa, what in the world is going on, Father? I got into that apartment July 23rd, 2020, right? I'm there for like 2 weeks. I'm traveling with my pastor. We're going to Ohio, Indiana, Detroit, different parts of Florida, all over the place. We travel in the country to preach the word of God. Within 2 weeks, I go to, I think Indiana. We was in Indiana, or we went to Ohio. Then we drove to Indiana and preached out there, right? And God was talking to me about California. Everything I saw, everything I did, California. Eventually, this will be a separate video of a testimony of how all the details worked out. But I'm there in Indiana, and God's talking to me about California. I'm like, yo, I've only really been there one time, and it was LA for like 2 days. I don't know anything about California. I'm like, okay, God, I believe that this is what you want me to do. When we get back, we'll figure it out. We'll pray and fast and really get down in the details of what you want me to do. So my mom, while I'm over there, she sends me a video because I asked her to check up on the apartment for me. Half my apartment was underwater. It was on the first floor. It was soaked because a pipe unfortunately burst and then covered like half my apartment in water. And then the way the apartment was, it was so incredible because it was like there was a dividing line. And just before it got to where it could destroy my stuff, it was like that line was etched out and God protected my stuff, right? So anyways, I get back, and when I get back, I had a 6x4 whiteboard, and I wrote all my prayers and stuff. And then I'm like, yo, I had a Ram 1500, which eventually I got that to move here. I drove. And then I had California on there. I'm like, when did I ever write California on my whiteboard? When I get there, I'm like, yo, all right, Lord, more prayer, more fasting. I get it. You want me to come to San Diego. Let's go. I'm with it. Whatever you want to do, Lord. But we just signed our release here in July of literally like 2 weeks ago. How am I going to break a 12-month, 13-month lease, Lord? I put everything, every single dollar and dime into this. How are we going to break the lease? Like, that's impossible, God. And I just spent all my money furnishing the place. So what's going to happen? Within 2 weeks, I had everything fully furnished. God was like, trust me. I was like, all right, cool. What ended up happening, that situation with the pipe bursting, that allowed my property manager to break the lease. Not only break the lease, they gave me all my money back, and they gave me interest. They gave me extra for my inconvenience, and I was able to sell all the furnished things that I had accumulated over the 2 week period. So then we getting closer and closer to the date. I think like I already had a trip planned to San Diego because my boy lived out here. And I was just going to visit him because he's been bugging me for like a year at that point to go visit him. And I was like, man, I'll get there when I can. And then randomly I booked the trip, and it ended up being for August of all time. I booked the trip for like the 19th, 20th. And as I'm getting closer to the date to come out here to San Diego to see how I like it, I'm like, you know what? Let me go on apartments because, Lord, you gave me an apartment. I'm not going to go out there and be sleeping on somebody's couch, Lord. Like, I want to be blessed. You promised me you got to provide, my Lord. You got to provide. So I'm looking at apartments and I'm searching, whatever. I'm not finding anything. Everything's so expensive until finally I find this condo, not a condo, apartment building downtown. And I'm like, wait, hold up. From the pictures, I see something that I saw before in my life. In 2015, God gave me a dream, and I wrote that dream down. And what it was is, I'll explain it, is 2 windows, a brick wall, and a bed in the middle. And on my bed, my wife sleeping diagonally from one corner to the other, sleeping on her stomach with her hair flowing all over the bed. She was there, right? And a certain situation happened. I'll explain that in another video. I recorded what the bed looks like, and I kind of give the testimony again, the dream. And that was in 2015 that I had that dream. And I looked at this apartment on apartments.com or apartment finder, and I'm like, yo, this looks so much similar. The only thing is that the bricks were white instead of red. And I was like, man, but this is it. And as I get the epiphany that this is it, I was listening to worship music, and I'm listening to this song, and I was like, wait, hold up. This is confirmation. The song that I was listening to was in Spanish. The Spanish version of this place is called Este Lugar. And as I'm listening to the song, I'm looking at the listing, and I'm like, this is it. Este Lugar. This place. And I was like, yo, all right, God, I don't need anything else. I got the confirmation. Long story short, I had a 2006 Honda Accord. That thing I bought like, I think 2 years before that. The transmission blew on me before I was supposed to move out here. Long story short, I was in an impossible way. I got a 2020 Ram 1500, and I drove 45, 50 hours by myself to San Diego. And now we're here, right? I thought I was going to come out here. I had my job, whatever. I thought I was going to get my apartment. You know, I'm at my church. I'm like, all right, Lord, you brought me here. What's good? What are we going to do, Father? Well, things don't always happen the way that you think, right? So my friend, he let me stay with him. I was sleeping on the couch for 1 year. 1 whole year I slept on the couch. From that place in the middle of San Diego, we moved to Mission Valley. We spent a year there, and I was doing, for the majority of it, full-time ministry. Unfortunately, for some very personal reasons, I won't get into that right now, I had to stop that. I got a job, was working. Then from there, we moved like right back to the neighborhood that we was at before. And then it was like slow progression. When I first got here, was my boy Justin and my boy Ant. We were living together. Then in Mission Valley, we were living together. Then where we were before here, it was just me and Justin. So like little by little, things were improving in my life. And I'm like, all right, Lord, I'm ready for what you promised me. Like, what's going on? This year, I already explained that in the beginning of the video. God did some incredible things. May I let go completely of everything that God had to do with San Diego. Like San Diego, I let it go. May, I was like, all right, God, here it's in your hands. I sacrifice it. You take control. All right. June, July, August, some amazing things happened. August, I was like, okay, God, I know in May I made the decision to let things go in your hands. But I don't know, Lord. I'm not seeing anything of regard to what you promised me. I'm still here. Like my situation is not lining up to what you promised me. I don't know what to do, Father. What do we do, oh God? So I put the signs before the Lord. You guys saw the videos of like, Father, if this is truly where you want me to be, then that means I could sacrifice San Diego on the altar. And if it's truly meant for me, then you'll make it clear, right? God did something for me that, maybe to you guys it wouldn't be a big deal, but even the smallest things, when you're used to getting nothing at all from a situation or your situation, you're used to not getting anything. Even the little bits that you receive, they seem like the greatest and biggest things. And God gave me like several signs that were just like, okay, this is where you want me to go. And like I said in the video from the testimony of me staying here, I was like, Lord, I'm going to give you 1 month. Let us prepare for whatever you have for us. And then let's go from there. Lord, I don't know what it is, but let's go. And I just randomly was like, guys, I may look for a condo. I'm looking at some stuff. I'm looking at apartments, whatever. I don't know. Just pray for me. Little did I know that this is what God had for me. Little did I know that God had this place prepared for me. Now, here's where it's crazy. December of last year, my job ended because of COVID ending, and I didn't have a job. So since December 23rd, 2023, up until now, I've been without a job. And God has sustained me through the ministry. This ministry has been my full-time vocation. So shout out to everybody that has been blessing us, that has been supporting, because wow, your support has made this possible. I'm not alone in this. God gets all the glory, but you guys have helped this become possible. So it's incredible like what prayer can actually do. And I want to touch on this topic again in a second after talking about how we actually got here. Now, fast forward a little bit to the end of August. My mom calls me that my aunt passed away. She wants me to go with her to DR so that we could go to the funeral and spend time with the family. I'm like, okay, something that I wouldn't really do. I've been waiting for a very long time in my life, since 2000, that I was going to return to DR with my wife. It didn't happen that way, but it is what it is. I waited long enough. So before leaving to DR, I had saw this listing since January. That's when I first found the listing, and it was at $950,000. And when I saw the pictures of the master bedroom, I was like, this is the one that I saw in my dream. It's perfect. It has the red brick, not the white brick. It has the 2 windows and the bed. This is it. And one thing that I failed to mention earlier is that I went to go see that other property during my 3 years here. I think in my first or second year. And when I toured the place, I'm like, yo, this is not it. This is not what I saw in my dream. I don't feel what I felt in my dream. This is not it. So anyways, I've been following this listing since January because I'm like, yo, this is my dream. I never called, I never texted, because what am I going to do? I'm just doing full-time ministry. Like, how am I going to get into this place, right? So then before leaving, I'm like, yo, next month I got to go. By the time I come back, I'm going to have 3 weeks left. Lord, please answer me fast paced, because we all know God loves to stretch it out. He loves to show up at the last minute. And I'm like, Lord, you've been doing that my whole time being here. Father, please, please, just this one time, can you can you please speed up the process? I just want to get out of here. I want my own space. I want to dedicate this house to you, and this will be a house of worship, a house of praise, a house of prayer, Lord. Please. So I'm like, all right, I'll call them. I speak to the realtor, right? The realtor's like, yeah, this is the situation. The owner, she's trying to sell. If she doesn't get her price by September 13th or something, then she's going to lease it out for a year. And I was like, okay, well, I'm not going to buy the property, but I am interested in renting. Please give me a call back. Let me know what ends up happening. That was like August 18th, I think. And then I'll go to DR. When I come back, I came back a Thursday. The Friday after, I call again. And when I'm calling, who answers? Not the realtor, the owner. And I'm like, hey, I'm interested in the property. Let me know if I can go see it, whatever. She gave me some information about the condo. She's like, okay, you can come today. I already have somebody scheduled, but if you want to wait, you could come Sunday, and I'll give you a slot open so that you could see it. If you want to come today, just come within the next hour, and I'll show you the property before anybody else sees it. I wasn't going to miss that opportunity. I was like, Lord, I really feel like this is from you. So I come see the property. I drive downtown. I'm not even joking. I was here like 5 minutes seeing the property, right? And I was just like, she had to rush because the person was coming already and they needed their private showing, right? So I'm like, all right, Lord, I'm going home. I'm like, man, I really want to see this property, like, it is what it is. I'll call her later. I get home, right? Like an hour or two goes by. I call her and I'm like, hey, it's me. I'm interested in the property. I really love it. This is my offer. I'm not going to lie. I lowballed her. Like, I lowballed her. And I'm just like, hey, what's the worst that could happen, right? Like, she's just going to tell me no. You know what she did? She heard the offer. She's like, you know what? I'm not interested in that. Click. I was like, oh, man. I'm not offended because I know I lowballed her. So it is what it is. I wait a little bit and I pray. I'm like, Father, I'm just going to text her the offer of what I said. And then she could think about it. And I told her, get back to me by next week. It was already Friday by then. She texts back immediately. She's like, okay, let me think about it. It's just that's too low. I'm already taking a hit on the mortgage and the HOA. But let me think about it. So Saturday goes by. I'm praying. I'm seeking the Lord. Sunday, I go to church, right? While I'm at church, the pastor is preaching about tithing and money, offering first fruits. That was the series that he was going through. And this was my friend's church. I just went to go visit him. And I'm there, and the preacher says during the preaching, he says, yeah, and when you get your condo, make sure that everybody knows that it was God that gave it to you, and give him all the glory. I was like, wait, hold up. I was fixing my phone to get ready to send the offering, and I'm like, wait, did I just hear what he said? Or am I tripping? Like, nah, I heard what I heard. I go through and I'm like, all right, Lord, it is what it is. I know what I heard, Father. Golly. So that was Sunday. I'm like, all right, I keep praying about it. It was Monday the 11th. I didn't hear from her, and I'm getting a little bit anxious. I'm telling God, I'm like, Lord, I have a different proposal. Let me text her this. And God was like, nope, be still. And I'm going back and forth. I'm like, you sure? I think this is a good offer. He's like, no, be still and know that I am God. Wait and let her come to you. I was like, oh, that sounds familiar, Lord. I'm going to let things come to me. I'm just going to wait and be patient. Oh, Father, you do what you want to do. I'm going to wait. I was in the gym. I'm working out. Dude, not even an hour later, The lady texts me, hey, I can't do what you offered me, but come through to the condo. Your private time. We take our time. I want to show you the rooftop. There's a rooftop. I want you to see the condo. You take your time, and then we talk money. Can you get here within the next 2 hours? I was like, yeah, I'll go. So whatever. I get to the condo. I tour the place. She shows me that this is a private entrance. I have a private entrance. I have two space garage, right? Like where I could park my car in downtown. That's a big thing. It's private. I have my private entrance, two entrances. My floor is to myself. I have the whole second floor. Nobody else is here. I have my own hallway, everything. There's the third floor, which that's where like 5 more condos are. Below me is like a restaurant and some stores. But then there's like, I think like 4 or 5 more floors, and then there's the rooftop. And I went to go see the rooftop, and I was like, whoa, I can't even believe it. There was a grill, there was a chill area, and then you just seeing the skyline of downtown San Diego. And I'm like, whoa, I was impressed. I'm like, God, is this really for us? Can this really be for us? Me and the lady, we keep talking. She goes down, we go back down to the condo. She starts telling me random things. We're talking. She's asking about my personal life. How's everything going? And, if I'm single, I was like, yeah, I'm single, but hopefully I'm going to get married soon, right? I told her. So she's like, all right, cool. Let's, I hope that that's the thing. We get ready to start talking about money. We talk about the situation. What can we do? She gave me a great deal on this condo. I can't even believe it. I won't say specifically, but wow. And as we're talking, right, I was like, I need to bring God into this somehow, some way. I was like, look, miss, she's a 71-year-old woman. She told me her situation, that her husband passed away 3 years ago. And, she owns several properties in Coronado, La Jolla, everywhere. She owns property, and this is one of her properties that she's been trying to sell. But because of COVID and the downtown situation in San Diego right now has been a little bit rough. So I'm like, all right, I want to bring God into this. So how can I do that, Lord? And he was like, tell her about the dream. I was like, listen, miss, can I tell you something spiritual? And I don't know if you believe in God or not, but I have to glorify the Lord. She was like, yeah, I believe in God, of course. And I was like, you see that master bedroom you showed me over there with the brick wall and the 2 windows and the bed? I had a dream back in 2015 of that bedroom, and when you showed me the bedroom, the Spirit of God rejoiced within me. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Something that I experienced 8 years ago. I've been waiting, God originally promised me a wife in January of 2013. And ever since, I've been waiting for that. And I was telling her this. I'm like, yo, I had a dream with my wife. She was knocked out. She was sleeping in the bed, and her hair was all over the bed, like it was flowing like a waterfall, And I told her that, right? And she was like, I do believe in God. And I'm going to tell you something. Last month in August, I was so stressed out with my situation that I told God, Lord, I give up. I give you the condo, the property, I put it in your hands, and I'm not going to stress anymore. I'm going to leave it in your hands, oh God. And whoever you have for this property, I know that you're going to bring them to me. When we were talking about that, we started talking about the lease and the money and what's the process. She was like, when you came here, I knew it was you. You have a good aura about you, and I believe you're the person that God brought to me. And I was like, whoa, okay. So we started talking about money and the lease. I was like, okay, I could give you the first month and then the security deposit. When can I move in? She wanted me to move in the 25th. And I'm like, man, can you pick a date, anything sooner? Can you give me some type of move-in special? I'm at my place now, but I really want to get out of there. My lease ends the 1st, but I really want to get out of there. She looks at the calendar. She's literally going and counting the days. She's like, okay, what I could do for you, remember this was Monday, the 11th. What I can do for you is I can let you move in 10 days, 9 days, 10 days early on Saturday the 16th. I was like, perfect. Let me know what I got to do. We'll do it, and then we'll go from there. All she said, this is all she wanted. She's like, here's the application. Fill it out. I just needed to submit it to the HOA. I'm not going to do a credit check. I won't do a background check. I'm not even going to do an income check. She didn't even ask me for my driver's license, bro. Like, what? And one of the biggest things for me is like, Lord, I don't have provable income. Father, I could give bank statements to show I have steady income from the ministry, but I don't have a W-2 or anything checks to show her. Like, Lord, wherever I'm going to go, how am I going to prove the income, Lord? Credit is not a problem. I got great credit, but the income is the issue. I don't know how to prove that. Bro, she didn't even check my income. She didn't even ask me for my ID. She's just like, yo, snap a picture of your Credit Karma and I'll accept that. I'm not even going to run a hard inquiry on you. You don't got to pay for nothing for the application, the credit check, none of that. I'm not going to do that on you. I was like, what? Okay. I filled out the application right there. I gave it to her. She's like, give me time till tonight. I'm going to draft up a DocuSign, a lease, and I'll send it to you tonight. And then I want you to look it over, and then you sign it, and then we'll meet on the 13th because you'll give me the first month and the security deposit, and we'll go from there. I was like, all right, cool. And she's like, I'll give you the keys on the 13th. I was like, perfect. I leave, right? I'm leaving. I'm in shock. I'm in total shock, man. I am in utter shock that this just happened. I'm telling you, I saw the property twice, right? The first time I saw the property, somebody was already here, leaving. When I left, somebody was coming in. The second time, the same thing happened. So this is hot. Like, people want this property. She chose me out of everybody. She chose me, bro. Like, God chose me. And that night, I'm praying. I'm in shock. I don't know what to feel. I'm starting to get nauseous. My head is hurting. I'm just thanking God. I'm like, I don't know what to do. I feel ungrateful because I don't feel anything in my heart. I'm like nervous. I'm anxious. I'm like, Lord, this is way beyond anything I could ever imagine. My heart is racing. I don't know what to do. Later that night, 10 o'clock, she sends me the contract. She tells me something in the contract. She texts me. She's like, when you want to have people over longer than a week, just let me know so that I can approve it. Because, some people, they try to move people in, have like 15 people living in the apartment, and they can't do that. She was like, but look it over. I did do something special for you. So look over the contract and then we'll go from there. So I'm going through the pages of the lease, reading everything carefully just to make sure there's nothing weird going on. Bro, when it gets to who's on the contract, I was like, hold up, my name is there, right? Okay. And then underneath me, she was like, the only other person that could live here with you is your fiance. And I'm like, wait, hold up. I just told you that I'm hoping to get married and you put that on my contract? Like, wait, hold up, Lord. What are you trying to tell me? Because this is incredible, my Father. What are you trying to tell me? So I sign it, whatever. It's a 6 months contract. I have a clause where in 45 days I could tell her, like, I want to leave. After the 6 months, it's a month-to-month contract because she really wants to sell the property. And she's allowing me to come in for the price that she allowed me because of that situation. And if it ever does come down to it, she has to give me 60 days to vacate the premises. So that's even, like, it's so flexible, so much flexibility in the contract. So Tuesday goes by. I don't know what happened.
I'm still feeling nauseous. Apparently, that's called buyer's remorse. Shout out to my boy. He told me that when he built a house, that's a real thing. You get anxiety, nausea, sleepless nights, headaches, migraines. I was getting it all. Like, I was feeling like throwing up at all times of the day. I was like, yo, what is going on? Wednesday comes. I sign I sign officially, give her the check, I get the keys, and then she's like, all right, just give me a few days. For Saturday, you'll be able to move in. All right, cool. When I get the keys, I forgot when I did this, but I called my mom. I text my mom. I was like, Mom, I got the condo. I got the condo. She's like, all right, cool. That's what's up, you know? And I'm like, Mom, I know it's crazy because we talked about this property in DR. I was like, I know it's crazy, but everything happened so fast. I knew it was God. Everything lined up perfectly. It literally felt like I walked in and I was just given the keys to the place. Bro, I text my mom. I was like, Mom, this thing with the dream happened to me. Let me take a snapshot of my journal so that you could see it on my phone. I'm going to put it on the screen so that you guys can read it and you'll see it for yourself. But I send it to my mom, right? And I didn't even pay attention to the date. I just sent it to my mom. Then I let some time go by. She's like, wow, congratulations. She's like, God bless. That really was God. And I was surprised. I'm like, yo, Mom, you're not about to chew me up. You know how much I'm paying for rent, right? And she was like, that's how I knew it was God, right? But then I go back. I'm like, let me reread the journal entry. I go back to the picture I sent my mom. Can you believe that the date that I had the dream was September 16th, 2015, bro? September 16th, 2015, the very day that woman, the lady, chose to let me move in today. Today. Like, bro, what? My heart dropped. I'm like, Ma, I'm freaking out. I'm like, Ma, look, oh my God, I'm not tripping. Bro, I know I'm like, whatever, I'm extra, but it is what it is. So, I'm gonna play the video that I took on my phone so that you guys can see that part of the testimony, and I'll explain. I'm probably gonna repeat myself 1,000 times, but get ready and look at it now. It's incredible that this is what I saw in my dream. The red brick in the background, the two windows, the bed in the middle, like the white walls, everything. Like, I can't even describe to you what I'm experiencing in this moment. Like, I don't know about the red sheets. Like, I don't know exactly in detail. All I remember was the red brick, the two windows, and the bed in the middle. And then the one detail was that my wife, she was like diagonal from this point of the bed to that point of the bed, diagonal sleeping, and she was KO. What ended up happening is, like, I guess in the dream I had a fight outside, an argument with somebody, and it was really late at night, and I come home and I walk and I come to this side of the bed, the right side of the bed, and what I do is I wake her up and she comes and sits up, and I'm crying at her knees. Like, I'm telling her what just happened in the moments just before coming back home, and she's consoling me and caressing my head, and then just, I can't believe, like, this is it. She was passed out on that side of the bed, all the way over here, diagonal. I will never forget the way that she was even sleeping on her stomach with her head on that side of the bed and her hair flowing all over the mattress. And I'm just like, yo, this is exactly what I saw in my dream. All right. Hopefully you saw that. Now I want to say some things because this just, I can't even believe it. Now today's the 16th. It's 6:04 p.m. I still gotta edit the video, upload the video. I don't even know if this is gonna upload in time for me to for you guys to see it. So I hope I get this done very swiftly for you guys and you can enjoy it. This is what I want to say, going back to when God called me to San Diego. When I was going through that thing, going back and forth with my property managers in Florida for my first apartment, God told me something. And this is one of the few times that I heard the audible voice of God, like, clear in my head. And God told me, you have two options. You can work with the property managers. You're currently in a 1 bedroom, 1 bath, 850 square foot apartment, right? I'm going to bless you. If you fight for it, I'm going to bless you with a loft apartment, the 2 floor joint, the 2 bedroom, 2 bath, and I'm going to let you pay the same price you're paying in that 1 bedroom if you want to stay here. But that's your choice. Or you can trust me for the unknown and make the decision right now to go to San Diego, and I'm going to bless you in a way so powerful that even non-believers of the world will bow down before me and say only God could have done it, and I will receive the glory. And he told me, if you make the first choice and you stay in Florida, that's as far as you go from with me. I will bless you, but you will never see what I promise you and what your heart desires so much. I told you guys that in 2013, God gave me like vision, like 2013, God promised me a wife and a child. I had a dream of my firstborn child, and he showed me something. I won't give details because this is something that I hold to my heart, and it will be used for my future wife in the future. I never saw my wife's face. I saw my firstborn child. That's all I'm going to say. God promised me a wife. When he told me that about the 2 options, he told me, if you leave your mother's land in Florida, I will bless you with what I promised you all those years ago. I will bless you with your wife and your children. I didn't hesitate. I'm like, God, why'd you even tell me about the first part? I don't care about that. 2 bedroom, 2 bath. I'll be there alone. I don't care about that, Lord. Let's go to California because I trust you. No hesitation. I'll start selling everything, Lord. You just got to get me out of here. 3 years later, I'm here in San Diego, and it's like, where is my wife, Lord? You promised to establish me, my God. You promised. That's something that I've held on to since I got here in San Diego. I'm like, Lord, every time I would get progressed a little upgrade, but it was like, man, I feel like there's just droplets coming on. This is not what you showed me, Father. What is going on? Where is it? Where's the thing that you really showed me, my God? Because that's what I want. I want what you promised me, my Lord. Where's my wife? Where's my children? Like the apartment, I always had it in my head, like, yo, I'm working right now, or I wasn't working, or the ministry is going well, or whatever. Like the finances are straight, or I don't know. But maybe we're going to come together and then we'll figure it out. I don't know. Like, I'm not trying to limit you at all. Like, whatever you're going to do, right? And this is where it's crazy. It's like the dream that I had of my wife in that room over there. Now, what's going to happen, Lord? What's going to happen, Father? And this is what I want to tell you guys. I barely mentioned the condo in the last video that I made of the testimony. I asked you guys to pray. You guys have been praying, and look at what happened. God gave me the condo, right? God made me a promise, and I was telling God, like, since I got the keys, like Wednesday, I was still battling anxiety and buyer's remorse, and God confirmed to me thousands of times, like, you made the right decision. Just chill. God spoke to me, and he was like, you have to believe in what you're praying for. Didn't I tell you that? You have to believe in what you're praying for. Didn't I show you on YouTube and Instagram that you got to believe it in what you pray for? Didn't I confirm that to you in the way that you wanted to see it? I was like, yeah, Lord. He said, didn't I promise you to establish you? I was like, yes, Father. So then trust me for whatever's to come next. It's in my timing. It's not in yours. I was like, all right, God. So here's what I have to tell you guys. Earlier in the video, I talked about Psalm 126. I didn't even realize this until years later. This year, actually. Last year, I didn't realize that when God told me I will bless you so big that even non-believers will have to say, look what the Lord has done. I didn't even know that was Psalm 126:3. January 1st, 2023, this January 1st, I came into agreement with God. And I made the video, Psalm 126. And I'm like, Lord, this has to be the year that you fulfill the promise to me. I believe that. And again, like I said, I declared it prophetically, what I felt in my heart, that God was saying, this is going to be the dream year. What I didn't realize is, I thought when he told me that, I'm like, okay, I'm going to get married this year. That was my heart when he told me that. I didn't know anything about no condo, no apartment. I was just, all right, we're going to get married and then we'll look for a place that we both want to be at, right? And then God even confirmed January 1st, 2023, Psalm 126. He confirmed that. And I was like, oh, so this really is the dream year. What I didn't realize is God made my dream come true. Because now I'm in the place that my wife was sleeping on in that bed. Now all that's left is for her to come into my life. And something that this week, I'm like, Lord, 2,000 square feet. This place is huge. Huge. I don't even know what to put over there in that section. What I was going to do is, there's some stuff there that I want to take out. It's big. It's a big living room. I want to make that like a music room, like get a piano and stuff and just close it off, because this closed off. And I was telling God, I'm like, yo, this place is huge, Father. The number one thing that I battle with, if I can be honest with you guys, and I know I always talk about a wife and stuff, but my whole life I've been alone. I felt alone, you know what I mean? I come from a big family, which is ironic, but I've always felt alone. I've always been secluded. I've always been by myself, even being in that environment. I didn't know how to socialize. I hated and feared, with like the fear of death, socializing with people. And I lived like that for a long time. And this week, when everything was like processing, I'm like, God, I'm kind of afraid to be in this new condo, like, I don't want to be alone anymore, man. I'm 30 years old, Father. Now you bless me, you establish me. I didn't even realize, like, you bless me. Now I have this place for that woman to come to. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, I don't want to be alone here. So that's where I'm at. I'm blessed. Like, I'm so blessed. I can't even believe that this is a real thing. It's so shocking. I don't know what to do. So, like I said, you guys helped me pray barely with what little I revealed to you, and look at what happened. Now I want to ask you guys, please pray for me and this woman. Pray for her. I want you guys to pray for her, that God blesses her, that he cares for her, that he protects her, provides for her, he leads her and guides her, and that he will bring us both together in the timing that he wants, wherever she is in this world. And like, I always think it's not weird, but I talk about her like, I don't know anything about this woman. But one day she's going to watch these videos, and I wonder like how God will speak through her. And hopefully she could see my faith, that I was radical, you know what I mean? Like, I sacrificed it all, man. Like I said before, in the very moment that my family was finally coming together, and I saw some hope and light from my family as to become Christian, he took me out and called me to San Diego. I put my family on the altar, and I've always asked God, Lord, you asked this of me, and I know you'll take care of them. But what about my house, oh Lord? What about my house, oh God? And I know God will honor me in that, because look at the most impossible situation. I'm all the way downtown, could walk to the Petco Park. There's the Princeton Pizza, there's STK, there's Fogo de Chao. There's like, I could walk to all these places, right? Like, I'm so blessed. Your boy is, through the ministry, being supported and blessed by you guys, by God. How is this all happening? It makes no sense. Now I have a condo is prepared. You know, we got the 2 living rooms. The bathroom even got double sinks. So wifey, in the future, when you watch the video, you got to let me know. You want the left side or the right side? You feel me? But it's just incredible, man. And I ordered 2 things as like decor for the house. I got that sign that says, "As for me and my house, we shall serve the Lord." And then I got this. It came in Amazon. I'm gonna open it up for you guys so you can see, because I thought this was funny. Don't take it serious, guys, and don't like bash me for it if you don't think it's funny. You know what I mean? But whatever. I thought it was cute, and I'm gonna put this up. It says, all right, look at what it says. Look at what it says. Look at what it says. As for me and my house, we will serve tacos, salsa 24/7 or 24/7. We gonna be serving them tacos 24/7 because God blessed us. We gotta bless other people. So I thought that was funny. And then I need another sign that says necesito cafecito, because your boy, I need to get a coffee machine or something. But anyways, guys, so I know this was a super long video. Now I gotta edit this and upload it. Hopefully I can upload this for you guys and release it right away. But man, all that to say, believe in the things that God has told you. I was at my breaking point in May and August. Literally like at the point of like, Lord, I don't know what to do. I'm ready to do whatever, Father. To now look at where we are. If God could take a wretched, ragged, sinful man such as me, because I will take no credit. The only thing I could take credit for is my sin and my failure and my weakness. That's all that I could take credit for. If he could take a bum like me, what could he do for you? Because you will have to be better off than I am, right? I was having the conversation with my uncle and telling him what happened. And he was like, yo, it's crazy that this happens to you because you don't know how many times I told the Lord, look at your son, Carlos Dundi, but that's my family name. Don't call me that, but that's my family name. He's like, Carlos, look at him. He's been serving you even more faithful than me. How come he's still in that situation? What's going on, Lord? Why are you not answering his prayers? And this is what I have to say to you guys. God must be answering your prayers because it can't be me. I tell this to God all the time, man. Like whoever I am, whatever I am as a man of God, the things that I've done in the past, the man that I was, man, the self-inflicted damage, the damage that I've done to the world, the emptiness, all of it. Why would God ever answer my prayers? I tell him that all the time. Why do you can't be answering my prayers, Lord. You must be answering the prayers of my family, of my friends, and the people of the ministry that I asked to pray for me. And again, he must be answering my wife's prayers. Wherever she is in this world fighting for her husband, I can't even believe like I would be somebody's husband. That I will be a blessing to somebody. I can't even imagine that. Like he's answering her prayers, even her prayers. And all I want to say is, look at what your prayers have answered. So prepárate, wherever you at, wifey. I hope that you prepare to receive what the Lord has for you. The promise that God is going to fulfill. You going to fulfill your promises, Lord? So yeah, I know this was a super long video. Take your time watching it. May you be blessed. Continue to believe in the Lord for all that he has for you, and it shall surely come. Continue to fight in prayer for what you believe in God for. For whatever the Lord speaks, that must come to pass. All of creation will bow down at the mention of his name. Peace. Pray for your boy. Pray for your boy.